Tau santoshayata santo srila rupa sanatano dakshinatyena bhattena punaretadvivichyate tasyadyam granthanalekam krantavyutkrantakhanditam paryalochatha paryayam krutva likhati jivakaha. Hare Krishna. So welcome to today's Bhakti Sandrabha discussions. We were discussing anuccheda number 144, and in that few lines we have seen. So from yesterday's discussion, we are understanding that so Lord's real mercy means what? So Swakrupa Prabhalyam. So real mercy means so making us to experience or enjoy the pleasure along with him through the devotion. That is the real mercy, not just activating the senses of the living entity is just a krupa bhasatvam. This is jivasya upakara bhasatvam. So it is just a semblance of mercy of the Lord for towards the jivas. This we understood, and also we have seen in yesterday's class. So how mercy means what? It is the chitta vikara, cheto. So chitta vikara is transformation, some kind of transformation in the heart is the krupa. So when that krupa is produced in the heart, then you will be doing to transfer that krupa. So you will be doing some activity. Maybe you are giving garland, flowers, touching, darshan, many glances or wishes, something. So then that Shakti is that Kriya Shakti which is given to the opposite person. So he will be getting the bhakti in his heart actually. It's a bit technical actually, and that is also needed. That krupa, when we see the krupa in the heart, when the chitta or the heart is get transformed, when when it is soft actually, if it is like a stone, in the case of the jnanis, their heart is like a stone actually. Stone means there are no changes actually. The jnanis, they always practice such a state. They want to make their heart not to react with the any sense objects. Even if they see a beautiful object, an ugly object, there will be no vikara in the heart. That means either no attraction or no aversion. These are all the different actions. These are the different products are the transformations of the heart. So attraction, aversion, all those will not be there. So such a way, jnanis they practice their sadhana, jnana sadhana. But in the case of the devotees, being practitioner of devotion, his heart is becoming so and so soft. So he is developing the symptoms of paradukka dukki. So he will be immediately become compassionate. So that is the indication actually. So we are progressing in the devotion means we should be sensitive towards the all the things about the living entities, about the this whole living entities and this whole creation actually towards the Lord's creation we become so sensitive. So that is the important thing. So Vaishnava aspect. So because of that, so anytime any jivatma is in the suffering immediately, so there is a transformation in the heart because that suffering of the jivatma is going to touch the heart of the devotee, and when it is touching the heart, it is transforming and krupa is produced, and that krupa is, yeah. And also yesterday's class we understood Lord is not getting that kind of krupa, because material pain of the any living entity is not going to touch the heart of the Supreme Lord, because Lord's heart is completely is above to the this material modes, and there is no chance of touching this material pain the Lord's heart, and he didn't experience any kind of that material pleasure, so that's why it is not going to touch. He didn't know, he didn't have any experience of how the people are suffering in this material world. Even one may say Rama is coming in the form of Rama, and is going to the forest by forest, and so searching for his wife, and so much difficulties he faced. So do you think in that case Rama is being the supreme personality of Godhead, is he getting any material pain? So can you say like that? He's undergoing like Jivatma, how it undergoes so various kinds of the pains by being in the forest. So that kind of pain Rama is also getting. Do you think like that? No, actually, it is the, if you say that, then your philosophy is out. That means even Lord is also undergoing the tribulation of due to this material nature. Then that Sarupa Sakti, Lord's form, Lord's activities, everything is beyond the Sarupa Sakti. And that Sarupa Sakti is also overcome by three modes. Then your Siddhanta is out. Then you are no more in the your philosophy actually. Your philosophy is gone. So that's why you should not accept that. So Rama is not going with the any kind of the material pains. These leelas all they performed by the Lord for his own pleasure actually. He is coming to give pleasure to his devotees, and for his own pleasure he comes actually. And when he comes and he do performs these activities, he is getting pleasure, and also his devotees also getting the pleasure. So after that we have seen one sloka from 12th canto, 8th chapter, 40th sloka. Markandeya Rishi is saying this to the Naranarayana. So what he's saying, Kim Varnaye Tava Vibho, oh my dear Lord, how I can describe you. And also he is saying, in general, everyone actually you activate their life air. Their life air is activated by you, and due to that, their senses, mind, and speech, everything is functioning. Then this is common to even in the case of Brahmaji and also Shiva. So from this, what you are understanding? So who is the Paramatma for the Lord Shiva? So Lord Shiva is not Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in his heart also Paramatma is there. In the heart of Brahmaji also Paramatma is there. And everyone is supported by, so everyone's bodily functions are supported by, so Paramatma's Kriya Shakti. So that's why it is said, uh, Tanubrutam Aja Sharvayoscha Swasya Api. Even in his own case also, Markandeya Rishi is saying, in his own case also, Paramatma is only cause. But Tathapi Bhajatam Asi Bhava Bandhuhu. So he is becoming, so whoever, so he is offering him these activities towards Lord, then for them he is becoming the Bhava Bandhuhu Asi. He is becoming the dearmost to them. We'll see the translate this Anuj commentary on this. You can open the 144. So what is said here? The sloka explanation. Hey Vibho, tava kim aham varnaye. Hey Vibho. Hey Vibho, that means who is the Vibho here? Naranarayan Rishi. Hey Vibho, tava kim aham varnaye. So how I can describe you? How can I possibly describe you? So like that. त्वत्कृपालुतायाः कियन्तम् अंशं वर्णयेम वर्णयेयम् इत्यर्थः. So varnayeyam means how I can. So it is the vidhirling actually. Varnayeyam. Okay. So how can I describe? How can I describe? Because Lord is having the unlimited mercy. Tat krupalutayaha kiyantam amsham varnayayam. How much of your nature of giving mercy can I describe? How much portion actually? Amsham you should write. That's original. How much portion of your nature of giving mercy can I describe? Portion is needed. Amsham. So yataha yena tvayaiva udiritaha prerito asuhu pranah samspandante pravartate. So that means we are not proud of our own abilities or anything. Sometimes our mind or intelligence works so sharply, we might be becoming a scholar, or otherwise you might be becoming the so expert, so player, or the something. So, but all these body, mind, senses, everything are functioning because of the Lord's Kriya Shakti. So yatah yena tvayaiva udiritah prerito asuh pranah samspannante pravartate. So the prana being inspired carries out its functions, and after that speech, mind and senses do their functions. Tam asum anucha vagadayah spandante. First life air is activated, then after that, so mind, speech, and other things, body, senses, everything is activated. That, so that means what we should understand from this. So everything is belong to the Lord. Even in the body also is the Lord's mercy only, Krupa Shakti. So Lord's Krupa Shakti means this is not the really Krupa, it is also Lord's favor only for us. But real Krupa means what? So relishing his bhakti. So by doing bhakti to him and getting the happiness from that bhakti, that is the real Krupa actually. So Tatra Hetuhu. Here you see Vagadeha, all the senses, everything is functioning. Tatra hetuhu vai anvaya vyatirekaabhyam srotrasya srotram ityadi sritibhischa tat prasiddham ityardaha. Here it is said. So positive and negative statements we are finding in the Shastras. There are so many statements. Lord is only the cause for the functioning of all the body, mind, and senses. And without the Lord, body, mind, and senses, they will not function. Like these statements, you'll be seeing in the Shastra. And not only this, you are going to see Srotrasya Srotram. That means you are the ear to the ear. And Chakshuhu. And he is the eyes to eyes. So like this, we have seen several times this kind of Upanishad statement. So he is the ear to ear. That means the auditory, audible sense, whatever the so hearing capacity is there in the ear, that is that capacity, that energy, that Shakti is belonging to the Lord. Srotrasya srotram ityadi srutivischa tat prasiddham ityarthaha. So na kevalam prakrutanam tanubrutam kintu aja sharvayoho. He is function. He is the cause for functioning of the senses of not only the general human beings or living entities, but even for the case of the Brahmaji and also Shiva. Aja Sarvayoscha. Ataha Swasyapi Mamapi Tadeva. Even in the my case also. That's why I am not apart from these entities. I am also belong to these entities only. So my senses are also due to you only are functioning. Evam yadyapi na kvachidapi kasyapi swatantriam tathapi. So this is the important line. Evam. So in this way, though no one is independent at any place, still like a wooden puppet, the person who worships you by speech and mind activated by you, you are the friend because of bhakti given by you. So that means our all senses, body, everything is functioning out of the Lord's mercy, Lord's energy. This is not a special thing actually. What is a really that means we are really not dependent, not independent. No one is independent at any place. Adyapi na kvachitapi kasyapi swatantriam. No one is independent. Tathapi still you have a little minute independence. So daru yantravat tvat pravirtitairapi. That means because if Lord is withdrawing his kriya shakti from the body, gnana shakti from his body, so no more actually. We cannot do anything. Jivatma being a so infinitely small, keshagra shatabhaga kalpitasya. Being this, it cannot do anything actually. Jivatma by self. What falsely we are claiming that this is my body, this is my hands, and I am doing, I am the winner. But actually, this is not reality actually. Who are you? You are the Tatasa Shakti, is very insignificant. And you don't have anything. That's why in that way, if you see, what is that? Lord is only giving everything for you. And you are completely dependent on him. So people are not knowing this fact and having so many philosophies in the society. Why we have to believe in the God? Why we have to pray? What is this? What is the use of devotion? I work hard and I will earn my money. I eat. So much actually. The fact is hidden, and all the nonsense is propagated in the society. And now, so much brainwashing is happening, and so much against to this philosophy is preached in the society. And people want freedom actually. People want freedom from where? Actually, they don't know what is the meaning of freedom. A real freedom is there actually. Real freedom means what? Freedom means you are not conditioned by anything. You are situated in the original position and acting based upon that. So that is really freedom actually. That freedom, how it is possible? That is possible only by the devotion actually. When you do the devotion, Jivatma is automatically is coming to his original state. It is beyond the modes and it is beyond the conditions applied by the modes, and so that it can act in his original state and it can reciprocate with the Lord. So here, tathapi daru yantravat tvat pravartitaihi api vagadibihi. So that's why now, so someone gave that devotion to you. Because of that devotion, what you are going to do? This kriya shakti which is belong to the Lord, and because of him only this senses, body, everything became active. And that active senses and mind and intelligence, everything, if you engage in the service of the Lord, then they are dear to him. Then Vagadibi bhajatam pumsam bhavena. So that means who worship you by speech, mind activated by you, you are the friend. Bandhuhu. Then Lord is becoming the relative for them because of bhakti given by you. So pumsam bhavena swadhatteva bhaktya bandhurasi. So when one can engage everything into the Lord's service, when he get that bhakti in his heart. And that bhakti is also ultimately, who is the cause for that? Lord only is the cause. That's the first statement, is that bhakti rupaya tatsiktehe jive abhivyakto bhagavaneva karanam. So that's why ultimately the cause of all causes is Lord. So that's why Lord is only the cause. So that's why which jiva is more fortune? Which jiva is getting the activated senses body? That jiva is fortunate, or the jiva which is engaging that activated sense body into the service of the Lord? So by that what? That jiva is getting the pleasure of the bhakti. Bhaktanurajja. If fortunately in this, that means every jiva is not becoming like that. Why? What is the stopping thing? Why everyone is not doing? If that is the real thing, reality, and that should happen, then why it is not happening? So who is the fault actually? Is there any Lord's fault? That Jivatma's fault? Whose fault? That Jivatma's fault? That Jivatma's fault, can you say? Now we are seeing that who are fortunate, who are engaging their activated senses. That means due to Lord Shakti, all the senses are activated, that are engaged in the service of the Lord. Then they are becoming the bandhu, that means friend for them. So Krishna is becoming the bandhu, and they are really fortunate. Then, and some other jivas are not in like that. Then who is doing mistake here? Jiva is doing mistake. Jiva is doing mistake. Krishna's mistake. Krishna's mistake. Some jivas, they are suffering in this material world without any bhakti seed. Bhakti seed can they get by themselves? Can you claim that anyone, that means you are not doing devotion, that's your fault? You cannot claim. Because bhakti cannot be produced by anyone. Bhakti is awarded by someone. So if someone is not doing bhakti, means you are not giving the mercy to them. That means that is your devotee's duty, that is. And sitting in the room and we are not spreading this mercy, and then that is our fault, a devotee's fault, not that innocent living entity. It doesn't know actually, and it cannot earn by any activity. Bhakti cannot be known by itself. That when the Krupa Shakti is transferred from the Vaishnava's heart, then only they will be getting. So that means whose responsibility this? Lord's, it's not Lord's responsibility also. Because he is already raising his hands. I don't have any business here. Because I don't experience material pain. And that's why I don't know what is the suffering. Huh? So we are there eternally as the energy of his Lord, and as the energies of the Lord. So see, it's really everything is very magical. It's ultimately it is on the shoulders of Vaishnavas. Devotees mercy, devotees association. So you understand the power of the devotion. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he started this movement, Sankirtan movement, and going on the roads and distributing. If you understand this philosophy, you'll understand what is the value of going to Kirtan and preaching. Yeah. Sankirtan.
So it's the fault of the devotees. So
not fault actually, it's response. There is no fault. You cannot say fault of devotee also.
Okay.
Nobody's fault this is actually. But who can do help actually? Only devotees can do.
So also it is saying that only the Madhyama Adhikaris.
Yeah, Madhyama Adhikari only can do that.
They has to preach.
Yes.
So other devotees, they should not go.
They should not go. Who said? You are thinking that means you are also becoming Madhyama Adhikari. At least you are getting krupa towards some other, means you are qualified. You go.
Means
you got this.
My question is that so only Madhyama Adhikari is responsible for that.
Not Madhyama Adhikari only can give, because so Kanishta Adhikari is having the problem of seeing that means Lord in others, and also identifying so devotees and non-devotees. If you are able to identify who is devotee and non-devotee, you are not Kanishta actually. It's not that it's like a discrete thing. That means, yeah, it's not a discrete thing. So if you are able to understand this is a devotee and this is not devotee, in that aspect, you are also Madhyama Adhikari. That much. You should not make such a rigid line. So this person is all the time this only. Maybe in the association, momentarily, you can even experience the highest bliss also for moments. So maybe some moment you might be doing, your mind is completely fixed on the Lord and you are not thinking anything. You might be doing the Nirguna Bhakti also sometime. These principles are actually, yeah, having so general variation.
So I am always, sometimes I used to have that doubt, that is, according to Nama Parat, so we should not praise those who have no Shraddha. So also
one should not instruct person who is not
also as per also that the preacher has to be preached to the non-devotees. Actually, they are already not having Shraddha.
Shraddha, how can you say non-devotees don't have Shraddha? When you preach, then they will become Shraddha or not?
So after, first of all, you have to preach, then that will be fine.
Then they will see, then they are having Shraddha or not. If you don't give the medicine itself, you cannot say that is reacting or the acting. So that's why you should.
So Namaparat will be after few days. Means suppose first of all, I am preaching now, so he's not hearing me, and he's having some offenses to the devotees. So at first, at very beginning, I cannot understand that he's having disrespect to the devotees. So at that time, there will be no offense, no Namaparat.
So initially, yeah. So it's not that the if someone is having Shraddha in the Lord, what is your preaching? Need of your preaching? He's already having Shraddha, then he will be doing his devotion. What is your mercy then? You are not going to take any pain. Then what is the mercy of the meaning of mercy? You should take. If any reaction is coming, you should you should take that actually. And we are not actually see in the case of the animals also, like the bulls at the 3 years old and they're 2 years, so they're new and young and energetic. They cannot be controlled by one day actually. It needs some time. You need to train and you need to take care so many ways, and slowly so it will be coming into the grip actually. Similarly, initially there will be some reactions and no loss actually. So our acharyas, you see, they distributed to this Krishna name. So that's the Vaishnavas they can take. So, but they are not doing who are continuously blaming. So they are making them to understand the value of this Krishna consciousness. And like that, they are helping if someone is really having some problem, so heavy anarthas he is having, that's why he is having some asraddha. And ashraddha is also due to aparadhas, previous offenses reaction is there. That's why ashraddha. So 5 reactions are there because of the previous offenses. One is among that is ashraddha, kutilata, ashraddha. Next, vastvantara abhiniveshaha. Fourth is saithilyam. Next, ahankara, bhakti ahankara. These are the 5 different kinds of the results because of the heavy anarthas only. So one will be behaving like that. If you have ability of destroying that anartha of that devotee, that person, then even he can also become. That depends upon the ability, that means krupa shakti of the devotee. Yes, Sri Chandru.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, can we say even the Nitya Siddhas, like those who are eternal associates of Lord, they also never experienced material pain. So they also don't preach. Like
so eternal Nitya Siddhas, they will also come to the stage of Madhyama and they preach. Otherwise, they don't preach. They will come and Leela and Teleja. They don't preach it. But if they are preaching, they are coming down. Being a Jivatma, they are also coming to the down. Identifying so coming down and trying to elevate the living entity. Your voice is breaking, Prabhu.
Prabhu, now it is clear.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Then they also never experienced material pain. How they will feel the pain of others? They never. That's
why Yashoda Maya, all these, they don't preach. They will be always participating with the Leelas. So, but some Nitya Siddhas. So Nitya Siddha means what? Once after getting the liberation, you are known as Nitya Siddha only. You understand? So you are going there, and then you are known as now. So Nitya Siddha only. If you are sent back, then you will be having that means idea of this material pain.
And one more, yes, Prabhu. In the beginning, you told Lord Ram he never experienced material pain. So he is experiencing some pain when Mother Sita is separated from him. No, Prabhu.
Yeah, that is also transcendental separation. That's all. That's not the material separation. So, and anger also they get jealous, so many other. Those are all energy, the products of the Swarupa Shakti. Like Radharani get the jealous when she sees Krishna is dancing with the other gopis in the Ras Panchayat, you will be seeing. So she's getting the enviousness towards the other gopis. Why she is getting enviousness? This is not the material enviousness. That's a Leela Shakti. Actually, it accommodates actually those feelings to give the pleasure to the Lord. Lord likes that enviousness of the Radharani so that he can enjoy more bliss from that. So that's the act of the Leela Shakti. Even in the case of the separation of that Sita gives the pleasure to the Lord. So that's the Leela Shakti is doing all this and not the material energy.
Yeah. And yes, bro. One more. And
Yeah.
Krishna, and that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna condemns those who don't have faith, and all that Ashraddha Dana and some shlokas there, no proof.
Yes.
But that is not Jiva's fault. It's not having faith.
Yeah. Obviously, because from beginningless Jivatma is away from the Lord. So how that Jivatma can know actually? So that's it. They are in the modes. Now that's it. That the duty is what? So Jivas and Lord is neutral also. He says these are the condition actually. They have to worship me. They have to surrender to me. They are not surrendering. That much.
But they are not surrendering is also not their fault. Because ultimately Lord only has to create that mood of surrender also.
That's why he's giving his mercy through his devotees.
Yeah. So, but he condemns them also, those who are not worshipping.
Yes, he is condemning and he is having the so much krupa. So that's why he is giving this shastra to us, this Vedic knowledge. He's having so much krupa. That's why he's coming and saying, you people are not surrendering to me. That is krupa actually. He came na from all of the arounds from the Goloka. He came to Kurukshetra and he's speaking, and he's speaking boldly to everyone in the Bhagavad Gita, and he's saying this is the thing I want. If he didn't say this, then you can say he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
To the Arjuna, he's speaking all the truth, fact.
Yeah, but even if he said that the Jiva, if he has to surrender, ultimately Lord only has to do that also.
That's why he also didn't want to suppress the independence also of the Jiva. He cannot suppress that. That's why he gave open chance. He gave this Bhagavad Gita to all of us. And he gave the open chance and let's come and take. And if you are not taking and hearing and you are leaving, going away, then that's your fault. So that's it. The Jivatma who doesn't know and doesn't come into the touch of the Bhagavad Gita. So then, that's why arranging these resorts. These are all the, like in the forest you are, in the desert you are traveling and there is a, oasis. These devotees are like that, sadhus. And he's coming and he's always encouraging his devotees, and through that he is performing so many leelas out of his causeless mercy only, that is. And so that you can have the Bhagavad Gita now. If you didn't come, then we couldn't have Bhagavad Gita. Even you don't know this, then even you couldn't have know this thing also. So in this way, he's helping, and his devotees are propagating. He is giving his mercy through his devotees, and so that everything is balanced. He cannot enforce every jiva. Yeah.
So this ultimately Jivas don't have any independence. They
have. So ultimate means ultimate independence they cannot have, because ultimate independence is within the hand of Krishna.
No. Even to surrender, they don't have independence. Jivas.
Very minute. Like that means after getting in contact with the devotees, whether to surrender or not. So that is in the hand of the Jivatma. So nobody is forcing you. So devotees association he got, but still if he is not surrendering, so Krishna is not enforcing him. So then be there and take our Maya will take care. And whatever you need, he's not withdrawing, na? And now you are not surrendering to me. I cannot be Paramatma in your heart, and I will remove my Kriya Shakti from you, and I don't do anything. He's not saying. Na? is doing this much help. But but Jivatma is infinitely small and it cannot do anything. It's infinitely small and it is having the minute independence. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Prabhu.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Yeah. Rukmini Mohan Prabhu. Acha, acha. Prabhuji, one thing I was not able to understand how the devotees who come here have experience of material pain. Do they come under 3 modes when they come here? Oh, actually, yeah, Prabhu. So they don't come under the material modes. So there is so Jiva Shakti is different and the Sarupa Shakti is different. Jivatma is being infinitely small, and when they have the mood of preaching, so automatically they come to Madhyamadikari stage. So then they will be so 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 they can understand, and also there is a impressions like here Jiva Goswami what is saying in the 180 Anuccheda. He's saying there is a so this kind of semblance, some impressions are there, but they are not active impressions. By that they don't get once again the so bhautika, that means material desires. So some previously whatever sufferings they had, so that impressions are there, and due to that they can easily their heart easily melting by seeing the pain of others. So that is in the case of Nietzsche, the same thing he asked already. This our Srichen, same thing you are repeating the same question. Already I answered now. Yes, no. Yes, Archana Bhakti Mataji.
Prabhuji, in the same lines that those who perform devotional service and go back to Godhead, they become Nitya Siddhas.
Yeah.
So the devotional service performed here is Raganuga Bhakti when you follow the Nitya Siddhas. So that means those who go back, you call them as Ragatmika Bhaktas after being liberated?
Yes, yes, Ragatmika. Raganuga Bhakti leads to Ragatmika Bhakti.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression that only the those who are eternally there, they are the only ones who are performing Ragatmika Bhakti. But those who go there, they will be counted as Ragatmika Bhaktas.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So, okay, next 145th Anucheda. Bhagavadanubhava kartrutve ananya hetutva Shunanti gayanti grunanti bhikshna smaranti nandanti tavehitam jana Teva pashyantya chirena tavakam bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. Spashtam. So it's another file actually. 144 is shared as 147, 145, 7. कहाँ रखा मैंने? What is said here? Bhagavad Anubhava Kartrutve. We are now, you should remember that we are studying various glories of the Bhakti. What the first glory we discussed, maybe some are new, that's Archana Bhakti Mataji and our, what is that, Prabhu? Rukmini Prabhu. So, Rukmini Mohan Prabhu. But we started studying the various glories of the Bhakti. First, Bhakti is supreme dharma. Bhakti is a giver of bestows all the desires. So sarva kama pradatvam. Like that, various glories we keep on studying and studying. So now we are going to study one more glory of the Bhakti. What is that? So Bhagavad Anubhava Kartrutve Ananya Hetutvam. That means there is no other cause than Bhakti in getting realization of Bhagavan. So if you want to experience Bhagavan, the one and only one cause is Bhakti. So Lord is completely bliss, na? Like a laddu is also having this some kind of material bliss, sweetness, Is means is nothing but the mode of goodness, and there is some kind of sukha is there, pleasure. So if you want to get that, you have to put on the tongue, and then it is so coming the bliss, some material pleasure. So similarly, Lord is also is a blissful object. So how you can experience that? You cannot taste that Lord by this material tongue. You need to have the bhakti. Through bhakti only one can so relish the Lord and experience the Lord. Lord is nothing but raso vaisaha. He is full of rasa. And ananya hetutvam, there is no other cause. Bhakti is one and only one cause. So that is said in the following sloka. Shrunvanti gayanti grunanti abhikshnashaha. So translation is, persons who constantly hear, sing, speak, remember, and sing to others about your activities, they alone without delay are able to see your lotus feet which destroy the influence of material existence. ये सेटिंग अच्छा है एक्चुअली, ये जो माइक का इतना ही रखिए रोज. अच्छा ये चेंज होता है. अच्छा अच्छा. शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृणन्ति अभीक्ष्णशः. Persons who constantly hear, sing, speak. बहुत एकदम श्रीकेश प्रभु का आवाज is resounding. Is overcoming, dominating. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, let him. So, te eva pashyanti acharena tavakam. Te eva. This is the important word. Eva is important. They alone, without delay, were able to see your lotus feet. Who? Who alone? Who hear, speak, remember, and sing the activities of the Lord. So, whoever is doing this bhakti, they can. That's from this we clearly understand. Deva. 146th anuccheda now. Sri Bhagavat Prapakatvam Aha. One more quality of the bhakti. In the previous anuccheda, in the 145, we saw bhakti is the one and only cause in getting realization of Bhagavan. Second, in this now, in the 146th anuccheda, what quality we are seeing? Bhakti causes attainment of the Lord. Bhagavat Prapakatvam. Bhakti gives Lord also. Bhakti is cause for experiencing the Lord. Bhakti also is a cause to get the Lord. What is the sloka? Bhaktyodavana payinya sarvaloka maheshwaram sarvotpatyapyayam brahma karanam mopayati saha. Translation. Uddhava Gita, this is from 11th canto, 18th chapter. So Lord Sri Krishna is saying to Uddhava, O Uddhava, by unfailing bhakti, he attains me. Saha upayat, saha mam upayat, mo upayati. Upayati means so attains me. Ma means mam, me. So who saha? That person. So by what? Bhaktiya. By the bhakti. By bhakti. What kind of bhakti? Anapayinya bhaktya. So unfailing bhakti. So anapayini means unfailing, steady bhakti. By steady bhakti, he attains me. Okay. What kind of high? So how Lord is describing himself as Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sarvotpatyapyayam Brahma Karanam. These are the various Visheshanas to the Lord. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram means is the so the Lord of all worlds. Sarvaloka means all worlds. So Ishwaram means Lord of all worlds. And also next Sarvotpatyapyayam, the cause of creation and destruction of everyone. Sarva Utpatti Apyayam. Utpatti means creation. Apyayam means destruction. He is Sarva means all, everyone. So he is the cause. Karanam is there, na? Karanam sarvotpatyapyayam. He is the cause of creation and destruction of everyone. And also, and who he himself as Brahma. Brahma means he is Brahman. He is a Brahman. So Brahman is not different from the Lord. So this is the meaning of this sloka. So now next Tika is saying, Tika cha Maheshwaratve hetuhu सर्वोत्पत्त्यप्ययं सर्वस्योत्पत्त्ययो यस्मात् अतएव तत्कारणं मां ब्रह्मस्वरूपं वैकुण्ठनिवासिनं यद्वा ब्रह्मणो वेदस्य कारणं माम् उपयाति सामीप्येन प्राप्नोति इत्येष. So Srila Sridhar Swami is commenting on this. So what he is saying, Maheshwaratve hetuhu, why Lord is the supreme controller? The reason is sarvotpatyapyayam sarvasyotpatyah yasmat. That means from whom comes all creation and destruction. Ram Charan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, bro. So what is the difference between previous anuccheda and this? Like both are saying the same thing. Like our realization and attainment is like previously we are saying that it's bhakti is causing the realization of the Lord, and now we are saying attaining. Is it like I couldn't find the difference, like why there are two anucchedas are given differently?
Yes, bro. In the previous anuccheda, Bhagavad Anubhava, experiencing. If you want to experience, see, getting laddu is different, tasting laddu is different. You know, you got laddu, it doesn't mean that you tasted it. If you want to taste, then you should have tongue. But there is no tongue, and but you got in the hand of that laddu. There is no point. Na? It is the difference. In the previous anuccheda, we are seeing how to taste the Lord. If you want to taste the Lord, you should have spiritual senses. If you want to see the beauty of the Lord, you need to have the devotional eyes. If you want to touch the Lord, you should have the devotional hands, devotional skin. You should have all the complete body should be transcendental. That means devotional. So if you want to so whatever, all the senses, everything should be devotionalized, then only you can experience him. With this material senses, you cannot experience him. So that's why devotion gives the spiritual body. That means devotion is only the cause to experience the Lord. But getting that is also through the devotion. How to get, how to experience. In both, bhakti is only the cause. Found Prabhu difference.
So Prabhu, when you're saying getting means because generally like getting is like, it's not an object that we are getting in our hand or something like that. So that's what I'm difficulty, like what is mean of getting like Krishna, the Lord?
So yeah, mam upayati. Here, ma mopayati, this is the word. Upayati means he attains. Attaining means, so you are getting the control on him. So you are getting the control on him, and you are able to go to his abode, and you are able to go to there. Otherwise, how you can experience his pastimes and his loka? So you should go there, na?
So experience come before or attainment come before? Like, so should, like, because without spiritual senses we cannot go to spiritual world. So we have to first experience and then we have to attain, or we have to first attain and then get experience.
So yeah, when we do devotion, immediately devotion quality is what it makes us to experience him. So even the one time if you chant Hare Krishna if you say, so immediately you are experiencing. Maybe because of the anardhas we are not experiencing the infinite bliss what is there in that holy name is having all the potencies, all the bliss potencies also there in the holy name. In the full extent that person may be experiencing because of the anarthas, but at least some portion of the enjoyment he will definitely get. So, and that's based upon his anardha nivrutti. The point is experience is there, and also when he's doing devotion, Lord is also becoming in favor of him. So he's coming close to him. So everything happens. So simultaneously, it's not a discrete thing. So first you have to do bhakti without experiencing him, and several years and several lifetimes. Then after that, we started experiencing. It's not like that. So we are gradually becoming close to him. That means attaining, and all attaining means we are becoming more and more close. And also we are started experiencing also, because of even a little name, if you take that itself is also giving the bliss.
Okay, bro. Okay. Thank you, bro.
So that's why one may think, because Jiva Goswami is clarifying the full details. People may think that to get bhakti, to get the Lord, maybe we need to do another sadhana, and to experience him bhakti needed. Maybe so, because in the Sandarbhas it is written, and this is the philosophy. He inaugurated this in the book form, and then after that Acharyas read, Vishwanath Chakravarti, whoever that all other Acharyas coming, and they preach to us. So that means this is a fundamental source. So all the details has to be recorded with the proofs. So that's why he is explaining the Siddhanta here. So attainment and also experiencing both are possible only by devotion. So now here, so two types of the explanations are given here for this sloka, second line. Sarvotpatyapyayam Brahma Karanam Mopayati Saha. So here, Tat Karanam Mam Brahma Swarupam Vaikunta Vasinam. Here, in the first explanation, what we are seeing, Brahma means Vaikunta Vasinam. Brahma is, who is Brahman? That's a Lord. Brahma means Brahma Swarupam is said here. And Vaikunta Vasinam. So Brahma Swarupa is nothing but is equal to what? Vaikunta Vasinam, the resident of Vaikunta. Here Brahma means what you should take? Who lives in Vaikunta. So that is the one of the Visheshana of the Lord. Brahma and Sarvotpatyapyaya Karanam and Sarvaloka Maheshwara. These are the three Visheshanas are there. So one Visheshana Brahman, you can give the meaning like this: the one who is living in Vaikunta. So Yadva, or otherwise, Adva means or else. You can take another way also. Brahma Karanam you can take as a one word. So that means Brahma Karanam means, Brahma means Vedas, Karanam means cause. So that means he is the cause of the Vedas. So I am the cause of the Vedas. That also is one kind of explanation. You can combine the Brahma Karanam and then you can say he is a cause for the Vedas. Or otherwise you break it. Brahma and Karana are very differently, and Brahma means you can take it as, so the one who lives in Vaikunta, like that also you can do. Okay, next, just it is a sloka explanation, nothing related to this, because you see sloka when is explained, we are seeing a few more things. Our main point is, so what is that? Mopayati. This is the main word for us. Bhakti is the cause for attaining the Lord. This is the only thing we need. But still sloka is having explanation, so we are seeing. In the Gita also it is said, Purushassa parah parda bhaktya labhyastvananyaya iti. In Gita also it is said what? Paramatma can only be attained by exclusive bhakti. Ananyaya bhaktya labhyaha. By Ananya Bhakti only, he is available, he is attained. Next Anuccheda 147th Anuccheda. Tatha manasopyagochara phaladhane Sri Dhruva-charitam pramanam paramabhakti sambalita swalokadhanat tadvashikaratvam tu udahrutam na sadayati mam yogo ityado. Now we are going to see one more glory. What is that? Manasaha api agochara phaladhane. The bhakti gives, bhakti bestows such a results which are not accessible to even to the mind. Such a results bhakti can give. See, 500 years back, when there is no systematic philosophy and preaching, and at the time he is developing this book. So he is writing. Then after that we came to know because of this, so preaching and all. Otherwise, this is the original source, actually. So bhakti give, that means he is studying the whole Bhagavatam and understanding the deep meanings of that. And after that, he is developing the principles actually, the Siddhanta. Bhakti does this, Bhakti glories this, that, like that. So now here we are seeing Bhakti bestows results inaccessible to the mind. Example is whose story? Dhruva Maharaj story is. So you see, Dhruva Maharaj attained such a Dhruvaloka, which is not, you cannot reach to the Dhruvaloka by the mind also, because it's completely transcendental. So that you cannot reach by mind. So that kind of result also you are getting by the devotion. Parama Bhakti Sambalita. So Swaloka Dhanat. Supreme Lord awarded his own abode, and also Dhruva Maharaj is not just to Salokya Mukti, going to the same loka, but he also awarded bhakti to him. So that means seva, the spirit of the seva also is awarded to the Dhruva Maharaj. So that is the glory of the bhakti. Bhakti gives the objects or the results which are not accessible by mind also. Tad vashikaratvam tu udahurutam. This is the done. Next, tad vashikaratvam. Even you can get control on the Lord by the bhakti. That means he is the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. That means he is the master of all the universes, and that person is also, you can get control on him. That is by due to bhakti. Na sadayati mam yogo na sankyam dharma uddhava na swadhyayastapastyago yata bhaktir mamorjita. O Uddhava, mystic yoga, sankhya, dharma, Vedic study, gnana, sannyasa don't control me as my supremely capable bhakti does. They cannot control me actually. They don't control him. Next, that means here one more glory we are seeing here. That means tad vashikaritvam. Various glories we are seeing, the bhakti's glories. Next, tatha tat padhyante bhaktyaham ekaya grahyah shraddhatma priyasatam. Bhaktya aham ekaya grahyah Shraddhaya Atma Priya Satam. By exclusive bhakti, with full faith, can the devotees obtain me? Paramatma. So me means Paramatma, dear to devotees. These are all the Visheshnas. Bhakti, by exclusive bhakti, with full faith, devotees can obtain Lord. Next. These are all easy, so you can go quickly. Atra evam vechaniyam. Here we should understand like this. यद्यपि अस्य वाक्यस्य एकादश चतुर्दशाध्याय प्रकरणे साध्य साधन भक्त्योः अविविक्ततयैव महिमा निरूपणम् इति साधनपरत्वं दुर्निर्णेयम् तथापि फलभक्ति महिमा द्वारापि साधन महिमा परत्वमेव यत्र ईदृशमपि फलं भवति इति. So now we should understand, we are getting the control on the Lord. So bhakti gives control on the Lord. That is, which bhakti is? That is sadhana bhakti or sadhya bhakti? Sadhya bhakti gives the control on the Lord, not the sadhana bhakti. When you are in the sadhaka position, you cannot control the Lord. When you got that means full perfect bhakti, so then only you can control him. So when you get the prema, full prema, so then only you can, that means devotee can control him. So then tadvasikaritvam is the glory of whom? Is the glory of sadhya bhakti or sadhana bhakti? What kind of? So we should analyze here. Where are you going? So what you are doing there? Acha, you are the examiner. Okay. Invigilator. Eh? Don't allow them to cheat. Okay. My God. So this. Huh? Mother is writing exam and son is going to exam. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So this glory is belong to the sadhya bhakti or sadhana bhakti. Generally, it is sadhya bhakti. So, but you should understand here. So one important point. Of course, if you don't differentiate sadhya bhakti and sadhana bhakti, then you can say it is simply a glory of bhakti. But if you differentiate, it looks like it goes to the sadhya bhakti only. That control, giving control on the Lord. So this ability, this property goes to whom? So to the sadhya bhakti only. But we should give credit to the sadhya bhakti only. But the point is here that sadhya bhakti is coming from sadhana bhakti. Ultimately, it is belong to the sadhana bhakti. This is the point actually. This belongs to the sadhana bhakti. Because the sadhya bhakti is having ability to control the Lord, and that sadhya bhakti is produced from where? Womb of the sadhana bhakti. So that's why. So okay. So that is the point we are going to see in this 11th canto, 14th chapter. Here see, Yadyapi Vakyasya Ekadash Chaturdashadhyaya Prakarane Sadhya Sadhana Bhaktyoho Avivyaktatayeva Mahima Nirupanam Iti Sadhana Paratvam Durnirneyam. So it is very difficult to differentiate the so if you, it is very difficult to decide, actually not differentiate, it is very difficult to decide that glory belong to the sadhana bhakti. So if we are not able to differentiate sadhana and sadhya, so the following should be the considered in this verse. In the 14th chapter of the 11th canto, the glory of sadhana and sadhya bhakti are described without distinguishing between them. In the 11th canto, 21 to 14th chapter of the 11th canto, 21 to 41. These are the slokas actually. The glory of sadhana and sadhya bhakti are described without distinguishing between them. And thus, it is hard to distinguish the glory belongs to sadhana. You cannot just decide this glory. It is hard to distinguish that the glory belongs to sadhana. However, even then, the glory of, that means next what is that? Tathapi still, Falabhakti Mahima Dwarapi Sadhana Mahima Parattvameva. So that kind of Sadhya Bhakti is coming from Sadhana Bhakti. So that's why ultimately glory goes to Sadhana Bhakti. That is the point here it is said. However, even then, the glory of Sadhana Bhakti can be understood by the glory of the results, like contemplating that in which such a result occurs. That means in sadhana bhakti or by the sadhana bhakti. So that kind of sadhya bhakti is a result. So that's why glory goes to the sadhana bhakti. Said here. Next we are going to see. Next it is said. 11:14 वदन्ति कृष्ण श्रेयांसि इत्यादि प्रश्नमारभ्य साधनस्यैव उपक्रान्तत्वात् यथा यथा परिमृज्यतोऽसौ मत्पुण्यगादाश्रवणाभिधानैः इत्यादिना तस्यैव उपसंहृतत्वाच्च. Ultimately, glory should go to whom? Sadhana bhakti. So since starting with 11.14.1, Uddhava asks particularly about sadhana bhakti and also concludes with the following statement: Yatha yatha parimrujyate sau matpunya ghata shravana vidhanaihi tatha tatha pashyati vastu sukshmam. First sloka is what? What is that first sloka? Vadanti Krishna Shreyamsi. 11.14.1. So anyone in which such a result occur? Can anyone read the translation? 11.14.1. Sloka is not there, full sloka. Yes, Prabhu.
Sri Uddhava said,
Uh,
My dear Krishna, the learned sages who explain Vedic literature recommend various processes for perfecting one's life. Considering these varieties of viewpoint, my lord, please tell me whether all these processes are equally important or whether one of them is supreme.
yeah. Vadanti Krishna Sreyamsi Bahuni. So Brahmavadinah Tesham Vikalpa Pradhanyam Uta Ekamukyata. So here he is asking about the various sadhanas actually. That's why he is asking about the sadhana bhakti. Here Uddhava is asking beginning of this chapter, and ending of this chapter is also what ending of this context. Yatha yatha atma parimrujyate sau mat punya ghadha bhidanaihi. So if you see this, to the degree that the heart becomes purified by hearing and chanting my glories, a person is able to perceive my form, qualities, and fastness as they are. Just as I, when smeared with this special ointment, is able to see finer objects. Yatha yatham parimrujyate means as much heart is purified, so then they are able to mat punya gatha shravana abhidhanaihi tata tata pashyati vastu. That means they are able to see the Lord. So this means what? This sloka is telling about what? It is telling about sadhana bhakti. So that's why in the verses from 18 we have seen as a general property. What is that? So tadvashikaritvam. Bhakti gives control on Lord. What is the example reference? A reference for this what? 11, 14, 20 and 21. Okay, this we have, sir. From 20 and 21, we are clearly see bhakti is a cause. But now my question is, this glory goes to sadhana bhakti or sadhya bhakti? This is the question. We want to know the philosophy also, na? Just bhakti, Srila Jiva Goswami is going to describe actually. Clarify the things actually. And what we are understanding from 11, 14, 18 to 24 or 26? Mm, 18 to 22. 18 to 22 are discussing about Both. That means we are not seeing any without distinguishing. (14 to 22), what is said here in this? Sadhana sadhya bhaktyoh aviktateya mahama nirupitam. Without distinguishing from 18 to 22, without distinguishing sadhana and sadhya bhakti, sadhana and sadhya bhakti, bhakti glory is glory, bhakti is glory. Glory is described in this section. Okay. Here it is not that Krishna is not saying that this Uddhav Gita, na? So I am now describing this sadhana bhakti. So this is the glory of sadhana bhakti. Like that, he didn't discriminate actually. He is just without discriminating or without distinguishing sadhana and sadhya bhakti, he is generally explaining the glories of the bhakti from 18 to 22. In between, these two also came. 20 and 21. Okay. Now we are trying to do analyzation actually. We are going to analyze the control. That means control on Lord. This glory should go to sadhana bhakti or sadhya bhakti. That we are going to analyze. That now we are saying that is going to whom? That is going to sadhana bhakti. How? Because so sadhana bhakti is the cause for sadhya. Is cause for sadhya. So that's why ultimately that means so this glory should go to sadhana. So here it is said that, and then why 11.14.1 to 11.14.26. So ityadina tasyaiva upasamhrutatvacha इत्यादि प्रश्नमारभ्य साधनस्य उपक्रांतत्वात् यथा यथा आत्मा परिमृज्यते मत्पुण्यघात श्रवणादाने इत्यादि तस्यैव उपसंहृतत्वाच्च. We are seeing one more thing from 11.14.1 to 11.14.26. So 26, we are seeing that they are describing about. Is starting with sadhana bhakti and ending with the sadhana bhakti. Yatha parimrujyate. This is the 26. So next, what is that? Krishna vadanti Krishna shreyamsi. This is starting. So starting sloka, ending sloka, both. This whole context is prakarana. If you take it as a prakarana, this prakarana is starting with sadhana bhakti and prakarana is ending with the sadhana bhakti. So ultimately that prakarana is belong to what? Is belong to sadhana bhakti. So ultimately, so this glory, this 20 and 21 also is coming in between this 126. So you should so even by these slokas also, you should, whatever is result is coming from this, that should belong to what? Sadhana bhakti only. That you should give to the sadhana bhakti. In these two slokas are saying that bhakti gives the control on the Lord, and but whole prakarana is telling about the sadhana, because beginning upakrama upasamhara. Upakrama is sadhana, upasamhara is sadhana. So that's why total prakarana is about the sadhana. So these two slokas, whatever glory is saying, that means these two slokas are saying about the bhakti gives control to the Lord, then that should go to the sadhana bhakti. This is the point actually. now it's just we are coming the details actually. We are just discussing the, so who gives control on the Lord, which bhakti. So just we are, bhakti gives control, but just to details, some just investigation we are doing. That should be given to the sadhana bhakti or sadhana bhakti only, because so that those two slokas are falling in the prakarana of sadhana bhakti. So that's why. Upakram Upasamhara Nyaya, you all know this 6 lingas. Last also Satyam Parandhi, Upakram Upasamhara, that's what we are telling about. This is Gayatri Mantra. So Bhagavatam is beginning with Gayatri Mantra, ending with Gayatri Mantra. That's the whole Bhagavatam is describing, expanding the Gayatri Mantra, which is the essence of all the, or Moola Mantra of the all the Vedic mantras. So that's why Bhagavatam is the nothing but what? Is the essence of all the Vedas, Vedic knowledge. That we proved there. Anyway, we will discuss tomorrow remaining. So why not? Every class you can use. Okay, Bhakti Sandarbha question bank. Bhakti Sandarbha question bank. What is going on? You send that or questions those? When? When? Tell me time. Tonight. Tonight you will get the some questions and I will add. So already I sent a few questions. Yeah. Still what chapter? Till 140 I will 139 or 140. Till 140 I will be taking exam. Okay. So thank you very much. Any 139 actually. Yeah, 139. Sorry. Till 139 anuccheda I will be taking exam for the first batch, module 1. So okay, then okay. Any questions or comments? If not, then we'll wind up this. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.